Okay, this is a video review of the briefcase that the Saddleback Leather Company makes. They're a company based out of Texas, and their website, I think it's just saddlebackleather.com. It may be saddlebackleathercompany.com, but I think it's just saddlebackleather.com. I should mention two things. I'm going to try to upload this in high quality. So if you click on the lower right hand corner, you should get it in high quality. And the second thing is that I'm not being paid to do this. I have no relationship with Saddleback Company. I just wanted to put a video review up so that people could actually see one of these things. He doesn't sell them to any boutiques or any stores, so unless you know someone that has one, it's kind of hard to see what you're going to get. I mean, the pictures are fine, but but I might go through this and kind of show you what you're looking at. That way you can make a better decision on whether or not it's what you want. So that because it's $600. I mean, I think it's $575 on the website, and then another $25 in shipping. The company was great. I really liked them. They were pretty laid back and friendly and helpful. Everything showed up on time, so no complaints there. As far as the bag itself, this is the 18-inch briefcase, and the color is, I think it's chestnut red, chestnut brown, something like that. Seems to be one of the more popular ones. Starting at the top here, the handle, I like the handle. It's got some heft to it, which is a bigger guy. That's nice to have something to grab onto. And I think what he's done is rolled leather up here in the middle. There doesn't seem to be any sort of middle here, which is kind of nice. It's got a little bit of give. I'm sure it'll wear well. You see a lot of rings here on the side, rings on the bottom. I don't know if you can see them that well. Rings on the bottom on both sides. A lot of different ways to hook up this. Just a shoulder deal. You'll notice it has two thingamajigs, so that you can either use it as just a normal shoulder strap, or you can hook it up as a backpack, actually, and that's what this middle deal's for. You hook it up either here, or run it through there on each side, or you can hook it up at the bottom. That's what I do because I'm a little bit bigger guy. Run it through the middle there, and it actually works well. I mean, it's comfortable. I haven't really packed anything with any heft in it with the backpack, so I don't know, under any stress how comfortable it is. But the front here, you've got three straps. These ones come all the way over the top. They actually run all the way underneath the bottom, like that. Up through the back, and everything else. I don't really use these. I guess if you're going to be out doing some fairly strenuous traveling, you might use them. I just use the middle one. With a little bit of practice, you get to where you can undo it and hook it up with one hand. It's not a big deal. You'll notice that these are all riveted. These are riveted too. These. I don't know how well you can see this, but there they are. So it's well constructed, double stitched here. I think he used some sort of a linen stitch, which is pretty stout, and it doesn't rot very easily, which is nice. On the side here, you've got a pocket just like this on each side. It surprised me how much room this thing has. It's got a lot of room. I mean, I put my MacBook, I put client files in there, I put books, iPod, my day planner, all that stuff in there, and it all fits, and I have room to spare. Going to the inside, it's lined with pigskin, which is nice for two reasons. This stuff wears really, really tough, and it also, it's nice not to have the back side of the leather like this. I don't know if you can, yeah, like that. And that's fine. The sides here aren't lined. But it's nice that all this isn't like this, because you get a lot of slough off in there. So you don't get that here. And it's just a cleaner presentation. I guess I'll have to angle this toward the sun. So there's the inside. He's got a little flap in the bottom, which I guess can be used as a secret compartment or something. I haven't obviously used that very much, except to smuggle bonds into Switzerland, about 140 billion. They didn't catch me. In the front here, so there's no internal pockets in the back here. I presumably that's where you put your books or your laptop. That's where I put my MacBook. In the front here, I don't know if you can see this real well. I guess that's a little better. You got a pocket about this size on each side. You can put business cards in there. They fit fairly well. I just put my iPod hookup there. And this one here, I put my SanDisk. You could put, I guess, pencils and pens and all that sort of thing in there. This is leather here. And then you've got the lining, the pigskin lining on the back, and then pigskin lining here as well. And then of course, these two big pockets here in the front. That's where I put my power deal for my MacBook, and it fits well. So not a lot of pockets on the inside, which is nice. You just throw stuff in the bottom. You certainly have enough room, that's for sure. So that's the inside. You can see it's stitched well and all that. It might be a little out of focus. So yeah, I mean that's basically it. One of the things I'll point out, if you look on the side of the leather here, you'll see it's the same color as this, which might not seem like that big of a deal. Right in the shadow there. But it actually is a big deal. You take something like this, my planner. It's a nice planner. It's good leather. It may or may not be full grain. I'm not sure. It might be top grain. But you'll notice on the sides here that they painted it. And you can see, maybe, hopefully, you can see areas where it's worn through and it's a lighter color. And the reason they do that is that this leather has only been dyed a fairly small amount. It's only been dyed down about this far, down into the leather. And the problem with that is that, obviously, as I use this thing, I'm going to be literally wearing through the leather that's dyed and into the leather that's not dyed. And so you get this kind of funky, cheap-looking wear. So it's just a cheaper way of tanning leather. They get to cut a lot of corners, paint the edges, and it still looks the same. But of course, 2 or 3 years down the road, as you use, whatever it is that's dyed in that manner, it's going to show. It's definitely going to be obvious to everyone that the tanning process was fairly cheap. This, on the other hand, as you'll notice, everything, it's the same color. It's dyed all the way through the leather. Much more expensive and lengthy tanning process, but obviously it's a lot better to do that, because as you wear, as you rub a little bit of the leather off, and 20 years down the road, when you still have your bag and you're still using it, you're not going to get any color loss. You're not going to get any fading, where it gets lighter. If anything, it might get darker. So that's pretty much it. I like the bag. It's not the kind of bag you might walk into a Manhattan advertising meeting with or something, but it definitely it has its own look, and it's a classy enough looking bag. It can fit into any situation, I think. It kind of looks like something Indiana Jones might carry, and yet it's got some sex appeal. The girls like it. I've had a lot of people that stopped me and said, "Where did you get that bag?" Because it is so different than any other bag that you see out there. I mean, there's some that kind of look like it, but not really. And they're not obviously built as well as this one, which is primarily why I was willing to spend the money to get it. Because I want to get something that looks good, but I want to actually, I want it to last for a fairly long time, and this certainly will. Hopefully this video's been helpful. It's kind of nice to be able to see what you're going to be spending $600 on. And leave a comment if you like.